The bishop has issued a letter that's going to appear in all parish bulletins this weekend, and he's here to tell us a little bit more about it today. So, Bishop, in your letter, you say that the diocese recently settled a sex abuse case in Brooklyn with 4 victims for about $27 million, which seems like a lot of money.
Well, it certainly does, but it's something that actually happened at least 6 years ago, and it was a settlement out of court. And unfortunately, the lawyer for the plaintiffs put out his version of it, which was never proven. But I tried to bring that out this week in the tablet. There's a letter from our attorney telling our side of the story. It's an unfortunate case because children are involved. Now they're a little bit older, they're not even teens anymore. But it was a sad case where a volunteer, purely a volunteer, not somebody who was working for the diocese, not somebody who was registered with the diocese to be.
It's not a priest.
Not a priest. There was a volunteer. And just that it should have been looked at. And there was a mistake on the part of the pastor of not including him in the program. Not that that would have prohibited him working because he had no record before. There were two institutions involved. The daycare center, which had at one time been under the auspices of the Sisters of Mercy, but now is an independent group, and our own. It's on the same property, on one side of the housing project, which was the old school, and the other side was the church. And this fellow volunteered with children, and obviously seemed to be good with children, and that's why both institutions let him help with the children in one way or another. And then that's what happened.
So the diocese isn't responsible for the full $27 million?
No, there was $10 million that was part of the insurance of the other group, and 17 is part of our own responsibility. 6 came from our own insurance company. The other 11 came from the stop-loss company that's above that. But that doesn't make any difference. It's not where the money came from. It's unfortunate. Again, hopefully there's some healing that happens. We don't have any access to these victims anymore. The lawyers keep them away. There's no healing. There's no reconciliation. That's why these court settlements really are not the way to make anything work. Our own program of reconciliation gives us access to people if the lawyers let us talk to them. Many times they keep them away, feeling we might influence them, but we only talk to them after they've accepted the program or rejected it on that side.
You make a point in your letter that the money is not coming from donations that people make on Sunday. Why do you think that's important to make
Well,
that?
because people think that their donations are being used to settle cases. And the fact this is completely insurance money. In our own reconciliation program, it did not come from anything that was used for annual appeal, capital campaign, anything from the parishes. It was money solely that we came from mortgaging properties and selling some properties also. There's an annual audit of all of these things, so it comes out in the audit. We're not playing games. You'll see when the audit comes where these funds came from.
Insurance premiums then are going to go up, though. How is
well,
that paid for?
Well, normally that happens. Insurance companies aren't in the business for
giving you money.
Giving charity. They want the premiums that are commensurate with their risk. So certainly that will happen.
Okay, and so you've issued the letter. It's in all the bulletins. Should appear this weekend, right?
We hope.
Okay, Liz, you can read all about it in the bulletins this weekend in the parish.